Welcome back to Stasis Geek. Renfield, you say? Why is he doing a review on Renfield? Now this, when the trailer comes out, I was like, ooh, this is my jam. This looks interesting, could be really funny. It's a bit odd, so I thought I was going to really like it. So, with a 2-year-old, it is sometimes quite hard to get to the cinema. So we waited until we got to the small screen. Now, there's elements of this that are good, brilliant, and what? And I will explain the what in a minute. But you have the Nicholases. You have Nicholas Hoult playing Renfield and Nicolas Cage playing Dracula. The Renfield is something I've not seen before. It is quite weirdly done and a very funny way. Yeah, the actor plays it really well. It's just this kind of downtrodden, manipulated, really struggling guy who's been now like throughout the years been downtrodden, yeah, because of Dracula's need to feed. And then you have Nicolas Cage. The brilliance of his Dracula is absolutely fun to watch. If you don't watch it for any other reason, just clip out Nicolas Cage because he's brilliant in it. Yeah, every moment is quite quirky, a bit weird, but very funny. Yeah. Then you have the plot. Yeah, the plot is very simple. Renfield and Dracula, you know, there's the odd couple there. And that would have been enough for me. If you had them two on screen, because their on-screen chemistry is brilliant, that would have been it. I could have watched that whole, you know, film and absolutely loved it. But there was an element of the script, because it felt like you have this part of the script and then this part and this part, and there's elements added to it last moment. And it's the part of Awkwafina, Rebecca, who she plays, is what you need to be able to get past won't act, can't act, what act is Nicholas Hoult, who she's mostly on screen with, is 6'2". She's 5 foot. So they have to angle everything different to make her look taller. And it's really off-putting. Yeah? And then the bits they try to make her look tall on, they just make her look hunchback. So it's a bit odd. But you've got Rebecca's character who's added, playing the police officer. Though the acting ability is not there, Awkwafina comes on and just seems like, oh, it's a stupid movie. Comes on, does a thing and goes off. Because she doesn't even bother acting. The point of Rebecca is pointless. Because it's a bit as in added because the storyline didn't need it to happen. Because the whole point of her is she's helping out Renfield find his way. Yeah? Even though in the movie already he's going to meetings because he's codependent. Now it'd have been more interesting at that point he found somebody to help him with the Dracula problem. It would have even been better when he goes to find a victim for Dracula at one of the bars. The waitress, somebody there. Better. It would have been better suited to the story. Even if he went to a bus stop, found somebody there. That would have been better. Because the insert of this police script element is pointless. Because Rebecca, she's a police officer because of her father. Father died by the mobster. There we go. We can insert that now. And she has this back and forth with another police officer, I believe. Wouldn't be able to tell you. Who, at the end, you find out is her sister. But because there's no on-screen chemistry with anyone, you don't know this. Yeah? And it makes out that Rebecca is the best police officer ever. She's not corrupt. The whole station is corrupt, except for her. And at the end, she saves the day. Because she's better. And it's just a bit stupid because even though this is supposed to be a quirky funny bit all the way through the movie, even to the point with the bugs, they give the bugs, Renfield takes a bug and he turns into undead John Wick. It is really funny and he goes around kicking ass. But then you have Rebecca, Awkwafina's character, doing the same. And it just doesn't make sense. Because it has to be all shot. Very weird. Because she's against henchmen who are up there. Let's just be honest. They're all up there. So It just doesn't make sense. It's terrible casting. It's like, who can we get really cheap? That has to be it, because it just doesn't fit the role. It doesn't fit the role. So it could have been like, it doesn't fit the script of like this oddball characters, you know, coming to terms with this modern day madness of Dracula in a modern day world. It's just bizarre, but it's all there to get to the point where, and it doesn't even make sense. It's a twisted part of the script of the mobsters can help Dracula become all powerful, because he realizes, because he misinterprets something Renfield says, and he can, you know, take over the world. World domination. And the mobsters are going to help. Oh, it's the same mobsters that killed her father. But that whole storyline is void. It does not need to be there. Yeah, so it's a shame, because, yeah, if you edited it and took Awkwafina's parts out to it, it would be a very good show. Yeah, it would be really interesting, and it would be this oddball story. Now, I would like to do that. Just do that. Just give me this Nicolas Cage, because it would have been really funny. People would have found it really funny, just Renfield and Dracula. Yeah, that oddball character. But they didn't. They had to go, ugh, let's put this bit in to fit this character in. And it just messes up the script. I would love to see the original script, because it is obvious this is butchered by a production company that thought they knew better. So, yeah, it's good for Nicholas Hoult as Renfield. It's brilliant for Nicolas Cage as Dracula. And then it's what as Awkwafina's Rebecca, because that spoils this. The only way you would rewatch this is if you had something to cover your ears and close your eyes every time she's on screen, because it's absolutely dreadful. It's a good 7, the elements with Renfield and Dracula. It's never going to be a great movie. It's going to be a funny movie, but then knocks it down because couldn't be bothered. It's literally, I'm on screen, I'm getting paid, I can't be bothered, and that's it. But but it's weird how they didn't go on screen and went, the main lead is 6'2", and we got 5 foot now. And then they went, can you fix this? And they, like, the cinematographers must have gone, yeah, but it's going to look weird. And then they just ran for it. They didn't realise at that point, at the casting, who's portraying the main two, Dracula and Renfield. And they didn't realise up there and then down there. It's bizarre. It is very, very bizarre. So the mismanagement of the casting, that's it. And how nobody stepped in and go, wrong person, we can get anybody else, you know. But yeah, it didn't, but the whole storyline for that just didn't make sense. But yeah, unfortunately, this could have been a winner, and it wasn't, unfortunately. But yeah, give us your thoughts if you've seen it. Give us a comment if you liked Rebecca in this, because it's spoiled because of that. But for Nicolas Cage, once again, absolutely brilliant, hilarious, bit frightening, top job. But yeah, and as always, give us a like if you want to like. Stasis Geek out.